Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. This episode we're going to be doing woodworking today because I felt like doing a woodworking episode. Today's going to be a plunge cut episode, if that makes sense. I don't know why I'm yelling. I thought it'd be fun to show people an advanced technique on the table saw that I only got to teach a handful of times when I was a teacher. And it's a plunge cut on the table saw. It's fun, it's dangerous, and anybody can do it. So let me show you how I do it. So let me tell you what a plunge cut is. A plunge cut is we are starting a cut on a table saw in the middle of the board. A normal table saw operation, you cut at the beginning, you stop at the end. In a plunge cut, you start in the middle. It's a lot more dangerous, it's a lot more fun, but you can do some cool stuff with it. Let's go to the table saw. So here on the table saw we have the blade, and in a normal operation, I would put the board through it, and when it gets done, it goes all the way through. But on a plunge cut, we're going to start in the middle and end before exiting. A couple of things you need to understand about safety before you do yourself a plunge cut. Okay, can everybody see? Good. When you do a plunge cut, you have to go down into the middle of that board. When you do that, wherever this red is on the table saw, don't put your finger there. That's the bad zone. You know.
Danger, danger, danger.
I guess the first thing you should know when doing a plunge cut is make sure you know where your fingers are in relation to that blade, because once the board goes over it, you can't see the blade. Second thing, I guess, would be important. Make sure you have a good anchor, meaning the board is going to be situated and I'm holding down very firmly right here so I can plunge down into it. The blade is going to want to push back, meaning it's going to want to take the board and kick it back at you. That falls in the bad things category. So make sure you have a good anchor. That would be number 2. Number 3, know where your starts and stops are. Meaning, I want to start my cut here and end my cut there. So as I go down into the blade, I don't want to go past that line. As I advance, I don't want to go past that line either. This one's the hard one because you don't know exactly where that blade's going to pop up. This one's the easy one because you can see the blade. So let's just do it. Before I start, I always wear safety glasses. Even though I have normal nerd glasses, I gotta be the double nerd. Like Norm Abrams says, there's no important safety tip than to wear these safety glasses. I also wear headgear because I have everything prepped. I know where I'm starting, I know where I'm stopping. I know the 2 big rules, which are, I forgot what the rules are. Oh, know where my hands are, and a very important third rule would be don't stand in front of the blade. That's kind of normal for a table saw, but even more so in this one because you're dropping a board on top of the blade. If you don't know what you're doing, it could kick back at you and then hit you in a bad place. I know where I'm starting. I know where the edge of my blade is in relation to this fence. My blade ends or starts, depending on how dyslexic you are there, and that corresponds with that. I just kind of lined it up like that, drew my line, so that way when I plunge down into it, I can have a good guess as to where my blade's going to start. As I go, I know where I'm going to end. So let's try. So, not too bad. I'm about 2 inches shy of where I need it to be. That's easy fix because I'd rather undercut it than overcut it. So all I would simply do is do it again, except I would go a little bit further from my line. On the back side, I can actually be a real teacher. If all I cared about was the top of my board, I would make sure I start and stopped where my line was. Understand, your blade is circular, so it's going to cut more on the bottom than it will on the top. So on the top, I'm 4 inches away. On the bottom, I'm 2 3/4 inches. God, dyslexic. 2 3/4 inches away. So if I'm only concerned with that line, I'm going to cut into that line. But if I didn't want my blade to go past that line, that's 2 1/4. I have a 1/2 inch on the bottom before I reach there. But I don't. I just want to cut from that line to that line. Chances are I'm gonna cut that again, and I'm gonna do it a couple of times until I figure out where my accuracy is. In conclusion, a plunge cut is fun. You need to know where your hands are, know where your saw blade is at. Another good tip is make sure you have a nice sharp saw blade. If you don't, it's gonna wanna grab the board more and try and throw it back at you as opposed to cut it.
It says wrap it up.
But try yourself plunge cut. It's fun, it's dangerous, it's scary. I wanted to do it. There you go, plunge cut. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you learned a little bit about doing a plunge cut on a table saw. And if you didn't know, you can do a plunge cut on a table saw. Look, you learned something today. Good job, everybody. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you there. We'll see you next time, okay? Bye.